Dzień dobry, witam bardzo, ale to bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym epizodzie Zagrajmy w Disco Elysium. Witam, zdróweczko was pytam. Tym razem jesteśmy bez naszego kumpla, najważniejszego w sumie kumpla, 𝗀𝗵𝗏, który pojechał zawieźć zwłoki, które po 8 dniach zdjęliśmy. 8 dni wisiało, ty serio. Do zniesienia zwłok użyliśmy nadludzkiej siły pana jestem kurwa 𝗱𝗵𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗵𝗀 niestety, ale okej, jakoś się udało.
There are sitting at a desk.
Co z nim?
𝗪𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗂𝗏.
Porter Rosa, the man shoot bleed pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emil cannot see who. His sight grows dim with pain.
Żeby to specjalnie dla ciebie, Kuno.
Yeah, the king. Yeah, whatever. Kuno.
No dobra, 5 expa, jej. Mamy 9 empatii, to jest maks, jaki możemy osiągnąć na razie. Siła woli, logiki też mamy. Logikę będziemy mogli dać na 10 w ogóle. Nice. I z kim my mamy w ogóle rozmawiać? A, w teorii mamy do porozmawiania, kurczę, z policjantami wszystkimi. Ale zobaczmy. Wezmę moje notatki, zobaczę, co tam mamy. O 21:00 mamy się spotkać w mieszkaniu 28. Wciąż nie mamy farby, a odebrać kostkę mieliśmy. Chodźmy ją odebrać. No tej sztangi raczej nie podniesiemy. A, tędy nie można przejść bez lampki. Dalej, myślałem, że już minęliśmy ten czas strachu. Wait, czy to nie ten? Czy my nie mieliśmy tego otworzyć?
This orange machine is
Spróbuj otworzyć pokrywę.
if you want to try again.
Equip the pry bar by going to...
Okej, wybierz łom.
This orange machine is
O,
dead.
fakt, 3%.
It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and the ice squeeze. You see, that's a good. Sooner or later, you will stumble.
No, okej. Kiedy indziej. Wait, co? Nie tutaj. Wait. Inaczej tam się szło? Jak inaczej? W sensie, którędy? Tu nie. Czekaj. Mi się pomerdało? Chyba tak. A tędy się szło, no tak, rzeczywiście. I ona tu była, tak.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Przyszedłem odebrać kostkę.
Very good. That will be 7 real for one custom die.
Oczywiście, proszę bardzo.
Here's the cursed die you ordered.
Czytaj frazy.
The phrases read, God is indifferent. Take all, lose all. 50-50. Nothing happens. And 𝗱𝗏.
Co to jest?
It's a die. Try rolling it.
Rzuć przeklętą
You
kością.
throw the ball on the floor, and it ends with one of the phrases facing upwards. God is indifferent.
Good. Now roll again, detective.
Jeszcze raz.
It lands on exactly the same.
It's a sphere pretending to be a six-sided die. Each roll will end with one of the phrases facing up. The die originates in 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏, where it was used for 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃. Except I've weighted the die. When you try rolling it, you realize that each time it gets you exactly the same result. God is indifferent.
O, wow.
Curse.
It's even worse than she says. God is dead. We live in a forsaken age.
Twierdzi pani, że końcowy rezultat nie ma znaczenia?
In the face of death? No, not really.
Przygnębiające.
You were the one who asked for a cursed die.
Mam dosyć taka organizacja tego samego rezultatu? To zatrzymam taką kość.
Good luck, officer.
No i dobrze, mamy kość. Może kiedyś nam się przyda do czegoś. Dobra. A jakie mamy questy tutaj do zrobienia? Kto zostawił ubrania na śmietniku? Znajdź swoją znokę. Tajemnica korka. Głos się z powrotem do Joyce. Okej. Ciężki olej napędowy. Zamknij w środę śluzę. Okej, dobra. Otworzy to nowy obszar Martinez. Znajdź kryptologa Morela. Wyruszył na południowy zachód, na drugą stronę kanału. Tam rozpocząć poszukiwania. 2 podpisy. Fuck, to będzie trudne. Dobra, trzeba Kuna przepytać jeszcze. Bo on może wiedzieć. Że chodzę z latarką, będzie łatwiej przesłuchiwać ludzi. No. On jest na balkonie, tak?
You missed.
You need to act decisively. It's 𝗀𝗏𝗏. Use 𝗀𝗏𝗏 words.
Stop choking, Kuno! Kuno's not fucking choking.
Dusiłem cię, chłopie, należy ci się za ten reakcyjny syf.
Like you did, Kuno's gonna keep saying kipped forever now. Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck back down. Now let's talk normal shit.
O, teraz to chcesz normalnie rozmawiać, co?
Yes, yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please.
Podajmy jeszcze raz o ciele.
The fuck about it?
Ma urazy całego ciała, to twoja sprawka? O, gdzie reszta pancerza?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
Jak to?
That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
Mutant?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Jak to wywalił?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
Wrzucił go do morza?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly
Troubadoura?
shit at the gates.
Troubadoura to kto?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Chodzi ci o Mananę?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
O, i mamy!
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
I mówisz mi to tak z dobroci serca, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you, loser pig.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Ma urazę całego ciała, to twoja sprawka?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, calling Kuno.
They're lost without you, Kuno. They need you.
Why don't you figure your shit?
Got told by a 12-year-old. Here's a tip for the future. If you want to win an argument, wait for my...
Fuck you.
He says you're stupid.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
Dobra, dobra.
Get lost.
Podajmy się o twojej shopie.
The fuck do you want with it? Good
Dobra,
call.
tam nic nie ma. Dzięki. Dowiedziałem się od niego wszystko, co się mogłem dowiedzieć. Manana jeszcze jest ważny. Może z tą pindziorindzią myśmy porozmawiali. No dobra, ale schowam te latarki, co? Wszystko z rąk i te łomy, bo to głupio wygląda, jak chodzę z łomem w ręce. Z workiem też głupio wyglądałem. Jak zdjąć? Czekaj, to zdjąłem normalnie? O, dobra. A, tu są ci... O, fucking, jeszcze z nimi.
Let me. You are far from home, officer. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Wiedziałem, że nie jesteś ogrodniczką.
That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Nie szukam kłopotu, wykonuję tylko swoją pracę i tyle.
Not a muscle moves in her face.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Okej.
Could this be the Miss Buford that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everett sent to law school?
Jaką pełnisz w tym wszystkim rolę?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal...
Jesteś Lizzie?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focus...
Even though she has excellent control over herself, you caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Mówi o tobie luźny Leo. Lubi dużo gadać.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. A man like 𝗬𝗠𝗠𝗠 could have said anything. Do not be restrained, sire.
Mówił, że pan Ewrasz wysłał cię na studia prawnicze?
I represent the union and these men here.
A very minor victory.
Dobrze. A co jeśli chcę porozmawiać z tobą, a nie z Tytusem?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I co niby zrobicie?
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do
Czemu
things.
jesteś taka agresywna?
I am being aggressive? Listen, you moral and unlucky. You are part of a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you are their bodyguard.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Nie są ale jest błędna. Mur maścicy zasady jest silny, czyli odwrotnie niż wy, socjaliści. Dobry początek, przejdźmy o krok dalej. Zbrodnie powstania jakieś... Zbrojenie powstanie. Jakie plany ma związek? Zajmijmy się tymi pytaniami.
Let's.
No, wszystkie te odpowiedzi nie podobały mi się. W sensie były takie pro-kapitalizm. Nie za bardzo byłem zadowolony. Jak on?
Can I help you?
Znowu widziałem, coś widziałem w Willing.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
To jest linia telefoniczna jest nieczynna?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it.
Czy to prawda, że ktoś to zrobił umyślnie?
Who told you that?
Lena.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
Okay. Ona jest gdzieś wyżej. Jak ona tam weszła? No na piętrowy pokój? Szkoda, że w naszym pokoju nie można posprzątać, tak w ramach poprawy.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky.
Nie teraz.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have some...
Nie. Nie pijemy. Z Tytusem fajnie byłoby porozmawiać, jak będzie już... będzie już kim. To mi się wydaje. Teraz mamy do zrobienia... Dwie osoby, tak?
Looking for something?
Szukam czegoś, to prawda.
Right to work!
Right to work, baby. Dobra, ale zróbmy zapis.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Kuno mu powiedział, że... Okej.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
Obietnicy?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
Co się stało?
I was asked To look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
I udało się?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
Czego się dowiedziałeś o tym pancerzu?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
Rozumiem. Coś jeszcze?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Jakie?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
Jak się to robi?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Czyli do zgarnięcia są 4 części pancerza, ale odesłałem już buty.
I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Czekaj, 4 części, hełm na piersi, rękawice, buty, a nogawice?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Będę jedną część, to mi wystarczy.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Dziękuję bardzo za współpracę.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
No, zejdź, proszę. No dobrze. Co dalej możemy się dowiedzieć? Znajdź jedną część pancerza. No sorry, ale ona już odjechała, ta część. Ja pierdzielę. Będę jeszcze kichał, czy nie? Nie, chyba. No dobra. Tędy nie przejdę, muszę dalej iść. Dobra, naokoło musimy iść. Do Joyce. Dowiedzieć się o tym wszystkim, co tu się podziało. Obawiam się, że ona jak będę bez kima, to ona mnie po prostu przegada za bardzo. No i fajnie byłoby pójść do tego związkowego świra, zapytać, bo jak nie ma kima, to mogę pofolgować sobie.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
Ja też nie, 𝗱𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗃.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
Wie pani coś na temat tych tatuaży?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Dobrze. Czemu? W jaki sposób oglądanie przez panią zdjęcia związanego jest z linczem?
Better not tie the fourth day to the backstay on this.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Until you come up with something at that intersection, I'm afraid I have little else to tell you. But I'll try. Ask.
Czemu wcześniej nie zgłosiliście się do moru?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
To nie jest tak do końca mój obszar, chcę tylko dorozumieć, o co tu chodzi.
Well, here's your chance.
Jaki ma pani dowód, że związek bierze w tym udział?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the fourth month straight. It's true they drove a number of the local businesses to bankruptcy preparing for this venture. I've talked to a few business owners. It was quite the shakedown. But the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men.
A więc sądzi pani, że strajk jest finansowany z pieniędzy za składniki narkotyków?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself. She simply nods.
Rozmawiałem z kierowcami na rondzie.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Chwila, gdzie dokładnie macie o swoje oczy?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
Okej.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation?
She's trying to conceal her excitement. But the slight glimmer in her...
Będzie śledztwo. Wszystko, co mogę powiedzieć.
Okay. I thank you for sharing that much with me. My employer thanks you as well. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
Powiedziała pani, że sytuacja tego wymaga.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Revachol West.
Dobrze.
No. We need to discuss this now. There isn't time to waste. Bloodbath, remember?
Racja.
She sips from her thermos.
Słyszałem już o związku linczu ze strajkiem, ale potrzebne mi są pani zeznania.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Chwilowy kryzys lojalności?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Każdy pracownik?
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Potrzebna jest pani ochrona?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Kim oni są?
Cronell, an Oronese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Okej.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment. The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
W niedzielę w nocy. Ostatniej niedzieli. Czyli 2 dni wisiał? Nie tydzień? Nie ostatniej, czyli wcześniejszej? I co dalej?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Póki co?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Narobiliście tu bałaganu.
It was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenell indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
Kurwa, no ale... Kurde, ale powiem ci, że... Ajajaj, jakby to Kurwa, jeżeli molestował jakąś kobietę i ją męczył, to że tamci się nad nim znęcili, to też jest takie... Kurwa, no to nie jest legalne, tak nie powinno się robić. Powinno być, wiesz, proces i tak dalej. Ale... Kurwa, no to nie jest tak, że związek jest winny, no... To wszystko się łączy, to jest wszystko takie trudne, pomieszane.
if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Union has over 2,000 men.
No i poradzam się rozwoju, ten jest bardzo liczny.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, detective? It's not pretty.
The 𝗬𝗏𝗍 giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
Dzięki, 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝗃.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
Nie sądzę, żeby miało do tego dojść. Zbyt dużo rzeczy musiałoby pójść nie tak.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the little that is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
To może mi pani powiedzieć o Crenell.
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Downwell, okay.
They boast a long list of clients. 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗁, Welschman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Coś jeszcze?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
Okay.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Okay.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex multinational investigations. Their database is the single largest source of information in the world.
Zapewne tak.
Ah, yes, your condition. The International Collaborative Police maintains a database for these sorts of things. Perhaps you should consult it. It was just a suggestion.
Mogłaby pani zawiadomić firmę, powiedzieć i żeby ich odwołali?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Okay.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Dobrze. Mówiła pani, że zabity zaatakował kobietę.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
A kto ją dokładnie przekazał?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
I co ci na stole powiedzieli?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
Gdzie doszło do tej napaści? Kiedy?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
Okej.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Kim była ta kobieta?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Okej.
You'll meet her soon enough, you feel.
Ten bułownik, którego powieszono, znała go pani?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for this man.
Lubiła go pani.
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
Okej. Nazywał się?
𝗀𝗶𝗹𝗵𝗁, his service name, a nom de guerre most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Ten Lenny. Coś o nim? Narodowość? Ile mógł mieć pani zdaniem lat?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
Coś jeszcze?
He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
Okej.
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Gdzie są teraz pozostali najemnicy?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
Ale jeżeli oni chodzą w tych białych zbrojach, to zobaczenie ich jest kurewsko proste.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes, ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
No ale nie wiem, gdzie oni są.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Zróbmy to.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Prawda.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
No na pewno, to prawda.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
The situation at the gates is a powder keg. She says she wants to avert catastrophe, but
Jeden z nich zapewne jest w budynku górującym nad rondem.
Would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Mam do pani inne
I hope I
pytanie.
can answer it better.
Ile mamy czasu?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
Czyli nie wie pani, co się tam dzieje?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
No, zabili ich człowieka.
It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I
Oh.
can help you with, please ask.
Tatuaż.
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
for about half a minute in silence. Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely.
Okej. Co pani o tym sądzi?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Port cities. On the oceans. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
Czemu ma służyć ta mapa?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Okej, żeby wiedzieć, gdzie oddać trupa, tak?
Where is he now?
Podróże już nigdzie nie, licząc kostnicy.
Times have changed.
Jakie podróże odbył zabity?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
I co potem?
Then he made his way to the Przepytania, through what I think must be the Stat's Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Przepytania, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first to 𝗪𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏 Islands, then this.
Co to?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Easlary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
Mówiła pani, że nie umie pani tego odczytać, a tu wygląda na to, że jednak pani umie.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their... The sailors...
Where is he now?
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
To mógłby powiedzieć mi coś więcej.
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Ryzyko.
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial.
Nie wiem, czy nie lepiej zrobić tego z Kimem, bo wtedy byłbym bezpieczniejszy.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Potrzebuję tej informacji.
Do what you have to do, detective. I don't think
To tyle.
deciding that tattoo. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Czyściutko. Wow, udało nam się bardzo fajne info zdobyć. Dużo poszło do przodu. I dobrze, fajnie. Kurwa, no przepytać tego ziomka. Okej, ale kim będzie? Teraz sam zrobię sobie krzywdę. Okej, czyli jeden gościu, jeden najemnik. Potencjalnie z tego, co ona mówi. Wszyscy trzej to są mężczyźni. Kurde, ale może to jest tylko pułapka i tak naprawdę mężczyznami wszyscy nie są. Szczerze mówiąc, nie wiem.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
O kurwa, dobra. To jest gruby staw, który możemy tu zrobić. Okej, zapiszmy. I wrócimy do tego tematu. Dziękuję serdecznie wam za to, że ze mną ten dzisiejszy odcinek spędziliście. Bardzo mi się podobało, dużo się dowiedzieliśmy. A tymczasem będę leciał. Do usłyszenia. No i cześć. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie mojego materiału. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. Jeżeli wam się spodobało, pamiętajcie, żeby kliknąć kciuk w górę, zasubskrybować i kliknąć dzwoneczek. Wszystko, aby zawsze być na bieżąco. Jeżeli macie coś do napisania, napiszcie komentarz, dzięki temu będę wiedział, że jesteście, że wam się podoba i przede wszystkim, że chcecie, żeby tych materiałów pojawiało się więcej. Dodatkowo, jeżeli chcecie się wdzięczyć za to, co robię i podoba wam się moja praca, pamiętajcie, że możecie kliknąć w moją nazwę, wejdziecie do strony głównej mojego kanału, kliknąć opcję wesprzyj i za 2 zł, 10 albo 30 zostaniesz wspierającymi według waszej tutaj chęci i potrzeby oddania trochę tej dobroci w moją stronę. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie, trzymajcie się, do usłyszenia i życzę wam miłego. Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję wszelkim wspierającym za to, że jesteście. Dziękuję tym, którzy byliście wspierającymi i dziękuję wszystkim tym, którzy po tym właśnie filmiku zdecydowaliście się na wsparcie. Przede wszystkim to nie jest tak, że wspieracie osobę, która ma tysiące widzów. Wspieracie małą społeczność, której dzięki każdej osobie z was, każdej złotówce, którą mi przelejecie, każdym 2 złotym, które jesteście wspierającymi ptasiakami, za każdą tą jedną osobę bardzo serdecznie dziękuję i za każdą tą złotówkę dziękuję, ponieważ dzięki temu po prostu mam chęci, mam motywację i przede wszystkim mam dodatkowe finanse, które pozwalają utrzymać ten kanał i utrzymać wszystko, co się wokół niego dzieje, włącznie z kosztami prądu, kosztami kupowania nowego sprzętu, kupowania nowych gier i w ogóle całego czasu, które spędzam, czy to nagrywając, czy to streamując i czy to, jeżeli w przypadku wielu sytuacji rozmawiając i wspierając osoby, które w jakiś sposób czują się gorzej, więc moja działalność jest bardzo szeroka i cieszę się, że doceniacie ją. Jeżeli ktoś z was czuje się gorzej i chciałby ze mną porozmawiać i ma jakieś takie problemy, możecie do mnie napisać, zagadać, wszystko na Discordzie, a link do Discorda w opisie.